tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They begin.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity. And he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in 66. And a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. But, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The Cowboys at 7-3 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the way they played last week defensively, when I watched the tape, I had to stop it a couple of times and count to make sure there were just 11 guys on their side of the field because they covered every angle and thoroughly shut down the other side. Hold them just 7 points total. They do that again, that'll get the job done one more time in a big way.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
14. Let's bring it. Alert 3. Alert 3. Touch 50. Touch 50.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off of play action, here's Lance. Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball. But they brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
31 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On the give, it's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Sticking with Walker on second down. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw to a target and get that pass away.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Lance now on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Going quickly out to the right side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Giants first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And some room to work. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ken Walker hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Third down, here's Patterson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Walker once more. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Complete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sideline.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Well, we all know this quarterback had to spend plenty of time studying prior to the game, but he has to be tired of seeing these guys, especially him. 3rd time now he's brought this quarterback down. Whole defense has had a great game, but 3 sacks, not hard to find who one of the leaders of that effort was.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Ultra. Go ultra. Cut. Go.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cowboys, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.